Hi, hello. Today we're going to be talking about the 7-star Charizard that has returned. Even though this raid has existed before and it's back and it's exactly the same, it is dropping Herba Mystica this time, so you'll want to do it before it leaves on Sunday evening. With that being said, the first time Charizard came around, there weren't as many Pokemon in the Pokedex as there are now. And because we have new Pokemon and because we understand how raids work and are structured, because this was the very first raid, if you remember, and it was still new to everyone, we can defeat Charizard even faster. And you'll want to do that because you want to get as much Herba Mystica as fast as possible, right? Do you want to do a raid that takes 8 minutes, or do you want to do a raid that takes 3 minutes? You can do a lot more 3-minute raids than you can 8-minute raids in an hour. So I'm going to show you 4 builds that you can use. All of these builds work really well together. That's what I do here. I build Pokemon that work well together so you can play with your friends, your significant others, your grandmother, your grandmother's cat. These builds also really work with random players. So if you do want to take that plunge into playing with random people online, these builds work great. These builds also work great in duos or trios, even if you don't have 4 people, if it's just you and your partner. And then finally, I have a tip in this video to show you how to get even more Herba Mystica. Not only will you be doing these raids faster than everyone thinking that Azumarill or Dachshund are good picks, they're not. We've advanced. We know better Pokemon. They're in this video. So starting with Charizard, just its moveset: Dragon Pulse, Fire Blast, Focus Blast, Hurricane, Overheat, Terra Blast, Sunny Day, and Inferno. Nothing unique or special here. It is the same script. It is the same exact thing Charizard did 16 months ago. Only difference between this and last time was it is dropping Herba Mystica, and we have better Pokemon. So our first Pokemon is going to be what people were using last time. It's going to be Flutter Mane. I'm just going to run through these 4 Pokemon real quick before we get to the tip. These Pokemon are all great to build here. So we have Flutter Mane with Moonblast, Mystical Fire, Fake Tears, Calm Mind. You could put Draining Kiss on here. You could put Misty Terrain if you're worried about confusion or whatever. Shell Bell to get your health back, and you're just going to do a standard 252 HP, 252 special defense, 252 special attack, and then 4 in special defense. This is pretty easy. You can fake Tears before shield goes up to do more damage. You can Calm Mind to boost your special defense, and the big thing here is Mystical Fire. So Mystical Fire will lower Charizard's special attack. This will help the entire team, all your teammates, yourself included. So if for some reason shield procs early, or when the shield goes up and you're not ready to Tera yet, just switch to Mystical Fire. Our next Pokemon is a new Pokemon that you can get in the Indigo Disc, which is Alcremie. Well, not new as in like new, but new to the Indigo Disc. Alcremie is probably the best Pokemon out of the 4 to accelerate any raid build. Decorate, that is the move you're going to use the most. If you don't know what that does, I'll explain in a second. Misty Terrain, Light Screen. Alcremie's like the main support Pokemon here. We're going to give it Light Clay to make Light Screen last as long as possible. EVs are 252 HP, 88 special attack, and 168 special defense. These EVs are just based off survivability, so I ran a bunch of calcs. I'm not going to bore you with the calc stuff. We normally do that on stream if you want to see how I get these calcs. And Alcremie's ability doesn't matter here. But all you're pretty much going to do is pick a target that's going to do the most amount of damage. In the situation, it's either going to be Flutter Mane or Sylveon, and you're going to decorate it usually twice. The reason you decorate it twice is because both Sylveon and Flutter Mane have access to Calm Mind, so they'll Calm Mind twice, you'll decorate it twice, and then at the end of turn 2, whichever Pokemon you pick standing next to you will be at a +6. And then that's normally when those Pokemon will then be able to one-shot Charizard before the shield goes up, before any of that. Now, I don't normally build one-shot strats. The nice thing about me explaining this or going through and why these builds are good, because even if you don't one-shot, even if there's no coordination, these Pokemon are still good, right? Like, even if you do 80% damage and shield goes up, you're still going to win. Even if you do 60% damage and shield goes up, you're still going to win, because these Pokemon are just really good against Charizard. A lot of one-shot strategies rely on getting it right the first time, and if you don't get it right, you have to start the raid over, because those Pokemon are not built to last past the initial one-shot. So these Pokemon can do a ton of damage. They can potentially one-shot, but if you want to just do the traditional way, you're just playing with strangers, you're not very good at Pokemon, they will carry you through Charizard normally just fine as well. But your main purpose with Alcremie is to pick which Pokemon you want to boost and you want to decorate. Decorate is pretty much giving somebody a nasty plot or giving somebody a swords dance. and you're picking that Pokemon to receive that. So it's really great in boosting a Flutter Mane or boosting a Sylveon. Or we boosted a Kyogre. Kyogre came into our raid, got that Kyogre to +6. It was able to Ice Beam. Boom, Charizard was dead. Probably a video of that playing somewhere here because I record the audio separately. Next Pokemon is a little bit of support, a little bit of attack. It's going to be Fezandipiti, which you can get as one of the legendary Pokemon at the end of the Teal Mask. You do want to switch this to its hidden ability, which is Technician. But otherwise, we have Moonblast, Acid Spray, Icy Wind, Calm Mind. Fezandipiti does not hit as hard as Sylveon or Flutter Mane, but the cool thing about Fezandipiti is it has access to Acid Spray, which means any of these Pokemon standing next to you are all special attackers. They all will do more damage because of Acid Spray. That's how we get to that like initial one-shot strat, which I'll go in more depth after we run through these 4. EVs are going to be 200 HP, 236 special attack, 60 in special defense, and 12 in speed. The reason we want 12 in speed is because Charizard has a base speed of 100. By putting 12 into speed, we actually outspeed it at 101. So that means we are faster than Charizard. The reason that Icy Wind is here is because if we use Icy Wind once, our Sylveons will be able to outspeed based on our Sylveon's speed stat. You don't really need it, but Icy Wind is super effective. It does lower Charizard's speed, which would help other Pokemon not listed here as well, and it will do super effective damage on top of getting the Technician boost. So it's kind of like a nice tech. But ultimately, what Fezandipiti is going to do is just going to spam Acid Spray. And if for some reason something goes wrong, shield goes up, 3 Acid Sprays already get Fezandipiti to Terrassalization, so then it can Terrassalize and be able to Moonblast to do even more damage. Fezandipiti is really good at cleaning up in case Charizard ends up with 10, 15, 20 HP left. Fezandipiti is very, very good at closing that raid out with Acid Spray and Moonblast. And then our final Pokemon is going to be Sylveon with the Pixelate ability. What Pixelate does is it changes normal type moves to fairy type moves and gives those an extra 20% boost. And it's going to be holding either the Fairy Feather, which drops from either the item printer, or you can get it just by completing normal mode on Ogre Ousting. If you cannot get Fairy Feather, you can do Arceus's Pixel Plate. Does the same exact thing as all the Arceus plates do. And if you can't get either of those two, because you don't have Arceus, or you didn't beat Ogre Ousting, or you didn't get it from the item printer, you can switch this out for Expert Belt, which will also increase super effective moves by 20% instead of all fairy type moves. Since Charizard is Dragon and you're Fairy, they all 3 do ultimately the same thing in this situation. Hyper Beam, Draining Kiss, Fake Tears, Calm Mind. Sylveon gets access to Light Screen. That's great there too. Moonblast, if for some reason you can't change its ability to Pixelate. And then you're going to do 252 HP, 228 special attack, 20 special defense, and then 8 in speed. The 8 in speed is so you can outspeed Charizard when it's a -1. But Hyper Beam is a normal special attack that does 150 damage. You're changing that to a fairy type attack and giving it a 20% boost because of Pixelate. But on top of that, since it's now a fairy attack, you're going to get your same type attack bonus added to that. So ultimately what you're getting is this incredibly strong Hyper Beam that if an Alcremie decorates you, it's going to be even stronger. And if a Fezandipiti or another Sylveon or yourself uses Fake Tears, it's going to be even stronger. So this is how you can get to these situations where you can one-shot Charizard or do 90% of Charizard's health and then clean up with like Draining Kiss or Moonblast or whatever Fezandipiti is doing over there. So all of these work really great together to be able to beat Charizard in about 4 turns altogether. Okay, now let's talk about the one-shot strat. Ultimately, you can have any combination of these Pokemon. So let's just say we have 1 Flutter Mane, 1 Alcremie, and 2 Fezandipitis. The Flutter Mane is going to Calm Mind twice. Alcremie is going to decorate the Flutter Mane twice. Between the 2 Fezandipitis, 1 will Acid Spray twice, and then 1 will Acid Spray once, and then Heal Cheer once. And then on turn 3, the Flutter Mane hits Moonblast, and then Charizard's whole health bar is gone. So on your 3rd turn, you'll be able to ultimately one-shot. I know it's not really a one-shot because it takes 3 turns to do. Flutter Mane needs to be +6. Charizard needs to be -6 in special defense, and then that situation ends up being ultimately a one-shot. You do not need to attack cheer when Flutter Mane is at +6. Also, if everything's going smooth, you can technically take an extra turn here. Charizard normally doesn't reset stats, I believe, until turn 5. You would still have an extra turn. You would still have turn 4 to slightly set up if something gets messed up there. The Sylveon strat is a little bit easier, I would say, because Sylveon does more damage with Hyper Beam. But Sylveon ultimately needs to be at a +4, and then Charizard needs to be at a -6. There was one instance where Charizard was at -6, and my Sylveon was at a +3, but that's a roll. That's not guaranteed. If you want guaranteed one-shot with Sylveon, a +4 Sylveon will be able to do it. You can do it with a +3, but it's only going to work about 50% of the time. And I think you can do it with a +2, but that's only like a 10% of the time, how you can have a high roll or a low roll. Really easy with Sylveon. It can fake tears twice, and then a Fezandipiti can like acid spray. Or the Sylveon could just fake tears 3 times. The Alcremie can decorate twice. That's more than enough for that Hyper Beam there at that point. You don't need to one-shot it every time. I did the raid 25 times tonight with over 50 different people, 50 different combinations of these 4 Pokemon. We were able to one-shot it 22 out of the 25 times. And that was just everyone understanding what I just explained here. And then finally, to get even more Herba Mystica, and I feel like you want to do this, is you're actually going to spend Herba Mystica to make more Herba Mystica. So you're going to want to make a level 3 Dragon Raid Power Sandwich. You're going to do that with 4 Chorizos, and then 1 pepper, 1 vinegar. Pepper is like the condiment pepper. 1 vinegar, and then the pink, what is it called? Sweet Herba Mystica. The one that's actually, it's the bad Herba Mystica. No one uses that one. The 2 good Herba Mysticas are salty and spicy. So you're going to use the pink Herba Mystica. That's going to give you 30 minutes of Dragon Raid Power 3, and it's going to get you 3 extra drops every time you do a Charizard. And if you're following this video, you're going to be able to get Charizard done in like 3 to 4 minutes, and then you're going to be able to move to the next Charizard. Very easy sandwich to make, and then you got 30 minutes of 3 extra drops. That doesn't guarantee you 3 extra Herba Mystica, but you already get 5 rolls, and you're increasing that to 8 rolls, and each roll has a 3% chance. For example, one of the raids I did, I got 5 Herba Mystica because I had the sandwich active, and everyone else in the raid only got 3 Herba Mystica. That's because they didn't have the sandwich active. So they got 3 drops normally, but since I had 3 extra rolls, I was able to get 2 more Herba Mystica out of that. So you're spending 1 Herba Mystica every 30 minutes to get more chances, and it will pay off. I got way more Herba Mystica than I did Venusaur and Blastoise just by running Dragon level 3. Sandwich is really easy to make. So that's it. If you need help, I'll be helping out with Charizard all week. I'm over on my Twitch stream. Good luck with Charizard. Hope you enjoy these builds. They should work with other 5 and 6 star raids after Charizard is over. But thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.